when you're growing up, parents and teachers, a lot of times grown-ups will say to you, this is something that you're going to need to know for real life. Especially math problems. Because you say to yourself, well, why do I need to know 2 plus 2? It's not really that important. This, what you've been learning about with bar models and fact families and number bonds, these are all things that help you with the tools for the real life. So you're not going to ever have to sit there and read a problem in real life and solve the problem in real life. But the tools that we've been giving you are tools that you're going to use when you're at the grocery store. Or if you're at home and you're trying to have an argument with your brother or sister and you say, well, I know that I have more candy than you. I know. Your brother or sister might say, well, prove it to me. This is a way that you can prove it. So the problems that we're going to be doing today are called real world problems. These are things that you'll need when you grow up. Okay? So I'm going to put up here real. How do you spell world? Oh, I forgot. Nyla? Real world problems. Raise your hand if you are driving to a family member's house for the holidays. I know I am. I'm driving all the way to Florida. Alec, where are you driving?
I'm going all the way down to Virginia.
Gianni, where are you going?
Well, to New York to see my dad.
So although New York is closer than Florida or Virginia, you're still driving somewhere for the holidays. Now, Alec isn't going to physically be driving the car, right? And Gianni is not going to physically be driving the car. But even when a parent is driving the car, these are some questions that you can be asking mom or dad or grandma or whoever you're driving with to figure out the answer. So, real world problems. Let's use Alec. Alec said that she is going to be driving. So, Alec drives 341 miles.
Oh!
Elijah, do you think that was a lot of miles? Yeah. But I noticed that this is what, when I said 341 miles, this is what Elijah did. Did he make a noise? So maybe if you guys think that the number is really big or really interesting, maybe you can do that, and that will let me know that you're interested. Okay? So Alec drove 341 miles. Gianni drove 279 more miles than Alec. I have 2 questions for you this time. My first question is, how far does Gianni drive? And my second question is, how far does Gianni and Alec drive together? All right. So the first thing that I need to do is draw my bar model. Okay. So I do know how many miles Alec drove. I know that Alec drove how many miles? Mr. Knight?
200.
Alec drove
I mean, 341.
Alec drove 341 miles. What can I put in this bar to make it represent someone special? No.
Alec.
Alec. Now, let's take a look at the second sentence. It says, Gianni drove 279 more models than Alec. Who drove more miles? Charles.
Johnny.
Who just answered that?
Johnny.
Gianni did. Excellent. So Gianni drove more. So is Gianni's bar going to be longer or shorter than Alec's? Winter.
Longer.
It's going to be longer. So what can I put in this bar to make it represent someone? Jamarius? Gianni. And I don't know how many Gianni drove, right? But I do know that Gianni drove how many more than Alec, right? How many more did Gianni drive? 279. How do I solve this problem? It's the next step. I have to make a number bond. Remember what I said about the number bond. It's easy when you look at 2 on one side and 1 on the other. What goes where? What are my parts and what is my whole? 279 in a part. 341 in the part. Excellent job. Give me a fact. Marcus.
279 plus 341
Well done.
equals question.
Excellent. Another one, Claude.
Question mark minus 341 equals 279.
Excellent job going for a harder one. Jason.
Question mark minus 279 equals 341.
Well done. And the last one, it's almost the hardest. Dominic.
341 plus 279 equals question.
Excellent job. What problem should we solve? What is the easiest one to solve, Miss Alec?
The first one.
Let's do the first one. It could either be the first one or no,
The last one.
or the last one. So it doesn't matter which one because it's addition. So I'm going to do 341 plus 279. Now this is just going to tell me how far Gianni, this is just going to tell me how far Gianni drives because I'm answering for the question mark, right? So how far does Gianni drive? So I have to figure that out. 341 plus 279. Rule 1.
Rule 1.
Look at the ones.
Look at the ones.
Add the ones.
Add the ones.
1 plus
Plus
9 ones
9 ones
equals
equals
Caitlin.
10.
10 ones.
10 ones.
How can I regroup 10 ones? Rihanna?
Put the 0 in the 1.
Because that means I have 0 ones, and how many 10s does that make?
1 10.
And 1 10. Rule 2.
Rule 2.
Look at the 10s.
Look at the 10s.
Add the 10s.
Add the 10s.
1 10
1 10
plus
plus
4 10s
4 10s
plus
plus
7 10s
7 10s
equals
equals
Jamar. 1 in the hundreds place, how many tens do I have left? Claude, I have 2 tens left. Rule 3.
Rule 3.
Look at the hundreds.
Look at the hundreds.
Add the hundreds.
Add the hundreds.
100
100
plus
plus
300
300
plus
plus
200
200
equals
equals
600.
600. So how many miles did Gianni drive? Brianna,
620.
620 monkeys?
miles.
So can you give me a complete sentence?
Gianni drove 620 miles.
Excellent job. All right. Now, am I done yet? I'm not. Why? Why am I not done, Emil?
Because you never, because you have to check it.
Okay, after I check it, am I done? Why am I not done? Jason.
Because you have to do minus.
Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. How far does Gianni drive? Did I answer that question?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you
Is
have
there
to
another question?
You have to answer the other question. How far does Gianni and Elect drive together?
Right, so we already answered 2. I know how many Elect drove. How many miles does Elect drive? Lunabella.
He drives 341 miles.
Elect drove 341 miles. How many miles did we just say that Gianni drove? How many miles did Gianni drive? Elect.
He drove 620 miles.
He drove 620 miles. I want to know how much they both drive together. Do I add the 2 numbers or do I subtract? Elijah Mosley. I add. So we have 1 plus 0 ones. How many does that equal, Gianni?
1.
I have 3 tens plus 2 tens. How many tens do I have, Emil?
6.
6 tens. I have 3 hundreds plus 6 hundreds. How many hundreds do I have? 9 hundreds. So how far does Gianni and Elect drive together? Marcus? All together they drive 961 miles. Great job. So I couldn't solve the second question until I solved the first one. Why not? Okay, Kenya.
The first question you had to solve. How far does Gianni drive to get the second
Right, I needed the first answer in my problem when I was doing the second question. Okay. If your workbook is in your mailbox, you're going to take it out of your mailbox and turn to page 85. Page 85 we're going to work on independently. You may go back.